By the time I was 15, I'd watched The Terminator countless times. There's a scene in the movie where Kyle and Sarah are being chased through a tunnel by a killer robot from the future. They're fending him off with homemade pipe bombs. My best friend Simon and I decided we wanted to do this too. So we got to work. The first one didn't go off. The second one burnt a hole in the ground. The third one blew up and knocked me 3 feet in the air. The fourth one, we started to get it right. By the fifth, we were getting there. The sixth was getting pretty good, and by the seventh, the police found out. Aside from upsetting my mother, I remember this time with such excitement. Learning from your mistakes is a core of creativity, and I just look back at this time with such fond memories. However, we're taught at school that if you get something wrong, if you make a mistake, that's a fail. You can't move forwards by making mistakes. And while this is logical in an education system, it becomes deep-rooted and lifelong. My name's Ben Weldon. I'm the creative director of Thread Design, we're a branding agency. We've been here since 2006. We take our Christmas cards fucking seriously. And I'm going to share with you a bit of my personal journey to creativity, but also through making mistakes. It's uncomfortable to be wrong as we get older, and we like to be right all of the time, and so self-doubt starts to set in. My designers are better than me, how can I be a creative director? How can I be a boss when I make mistakes like this? And because of this, over time, we become slow to notice our mistakes. I call this error blindness. So this is when staying on the wrong path when really you should change direction. And I'm going to share now a few stories about being slow to change. But firstly, this is something that I don't mean. I don't mean drawing an 8-foot cow with magic markers and getting 2 hours into it and realizing it's going to take you 35 and then sticking through it. This is a mistake where you know the consequences and you go through it because, well, you're a creative and that's what you've got to do. In 2012, we opened an office in Beijing. Open a second office, WPP will buy your company for $2 million, they say. Open a second office, double the team, you'll be able to get a multiple of 10, they said. Well, it didn't really work out like that. We didn't have the people, processes, or systems in place to be able to do it. And we didn't change either. This was not only financially expensive, but it cost us 3 years of time heading in a direction that we should have changed, and we should have changed earlier. A creative story now where error blindness had held us back. Beast of the East is a craft beer brand here in Shanghai. Last year we got to design this. It was a pretty cool project. We went through the usual rounds of revision, a little trial and error. We got to a final design, and it was signed off by the client, and everyone seemed happy. But I let 3 months go by before I put up my hand and said, hey, I think we haven't quite got this right. I think we could do better. And so we reworked the design, and we added more. We added something that was missing. And I just think if we hadn't have wasted that time, the client wouldn't have started marketing and making packaging when it was something that, in the end, we knew all along wasn't quite finished. So, by not making decisions quicker, what are we missing out on? I think we're missing out on the opportunity to make things better. The design industry is so great because we can trial and error things. And as creatives and creative leaders, what can we do? So, 3 things from Thread that I might share with you. Check yourself for error blindness. So take that kind of kid side of yourself, which learned from its mistakes, and then all the things that you've learned as an adult, combine them together and just check in on this. Should you be making changes? Number 2, we like to do this, convince your clients to let you make mistakes. Hey, can we try something? We don't know how to do it, but it could be really cool if we get it right. This is going to be good for your team, good for you, and good for the industry. And number 3, democratize the creative process. And by this, yes, you should ask for feedback from your clients and those around you, but also those junior to you. You'll be inspired by the things they can tell you, the mistakes that they notice, but also they'll be happy that you asked. So we have so many challenges that we're facing, and it's worth noting that mistakes are the foundation of innovation, and it's innovation that will give us creative answers to the challenges that we face. And so whether that's global warming or artificial intelligence, and if that artificial intelligence is killer robots from the future, then just remember that they learn from their mistakes instantly. It doesn't take them months or years. So you better get quicker at learning from your mistakes. And if you don't, well, then you can be like Simon and me and go back to making pipe bombs. Thank you.